It is Monday evening, time for Crypto Talk. And welcome to everybody that joined us live on Zoom, on the Zoom call. For those of you joining us on Facebook, welcome to this call. It's our privilege at the Crypto School to serve you on a Monday evening. I see Stephen Bardwell and Laraya said hi in the chat box. Welcome to this call. My name is Daniel van Zyl, and it's my privilege to host you tonight. But you don't have to worry. You're not going to listen to me tonight. I have a whole host of people that's going to assist me tonight, and I'll introduce them imminently. But before I introduce our co-host, allow me to just direct you to our website, thecryptoschool.co.za. And if you be so kind as to go visit, and I've got the wrong slide on there, my apology, thecryptoschool.co.za. Please come join us on our webpage. If you subscribe there to access the free stuff, you will also have an opportunity to see the free stuff on our Crypto School. And if you go there, first always start at wallets and payments. And there you can see how to use an altcoin trader, how to use an Exodus wallet, and how to use a blockchain wallet. And if you want to know how to use Binance, you just go to the Binance Academy, and there you will find how to use Binance. And so we have free workshops there for you as well. 2 workshops that understand Bitcoin and blockchain. It's a 2-hour workshop. The 2-hour workshop, understand the difference between money and Bitcoin. Please go and affiliate yourself with that, and help your friends and your family that want to get into crypto. Help them to see our webpage. And I see Jason say there. Okay, I'll allow Jason to answer that one, or to talk about that one that Stephen has asked. So Jason, if you will read that and answer that when you get on. Please go also onto our Facebook page. For those of you who are on Facebook, not on Facebook now, but on the Zoom, the Crypto School RSA, our Facebook page. But remember, there are always hackers. Every time that we do something, they've got an alert on our Facebook page. The moment that we go live, they know it, and they go and they come and present you in fake pages that look like the Crypto School. They imitate the Crypto School. They put up a fake page, and they always give away Bitcoin. But first you have to give them Bitcoin so that they give you more Bitcoin back. You have to give them something for them to give you back. It's never, no one will ask you for some Bitcoin, and if you pay them some Bitcoin, they will pay you millions more. It's a scam. So please accept our apology, but every week we have these scamsters. Every week we take them down. But if you see that, know that we are aware of it and that we are looking at it. Another thing that I would like to alert you to is our YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel every Tuesday morning. I load the teaching, the Crypto Talk of the Monday evening. I load onto our YouTube channel, and it's easy to share it on the YouTube channel. Plus, if you go watch it on the YouTube channel, you don't have to listen to, as slow as I talk. You can go speed me up to 1.5 times or even 2 times, to whatever you like. So go check out the YouTube channel, like the YouTube channel, hit the bell so that you get the alerts and know when we post something new onto our YouTube channel. But allow me to show you, my apology, I just need to set up everything on my side, otherwise I'll show you nothing. But allow me to just show you the topic for tonight for one little moment again. And it's altcoin season. The altcoin season is upon us. Do this now. So tonight, we will talk about that, and allow me to introduce to you our subject matter expert at the Crypto School. And this introduction is purely for him to say hello, so that I can introduce the other person on the panel tonight. And then I'll go back to Jason, and he will tell us what's happened in the market today. And for any one of you that looked at the market during the last 24 hours, you will know why you want to listen to our subject matter expert on crypto trading at the Crypto School tonight. Because this morning when I woke up, I thought there's something wrong with my iPad once I was ready to start the day and go check at the prices. I don't do it first thing in the morning. I've got a few things that I do before I go look at the markets. But when I opened that, I thought there must be something wrong. This iPad of me has got old prices in there. It cannot be. It reverted back to some old prices. Jason, please say hello to the team before I introduce Marius.
Yes, Donnie, good evening, everybody. So Bitcoin has gone up by over 17% since this time last week. And we saw last night at 11:30 our time that there was a move of about just over $2,000, I think it was, in the space of half an hour. How incredible is that? It really does look like we're starting to momentum now. And I'm going to be going through a few charts to show you what's happening in the crypto space. But before I show you that, let's move over to Marius.
Cool. Thank you, Jason. And yes, I cannot wait to see what you show us on the charts tonight. I looked at a coin like Ethereum, and it's like 38% up in 7 days or something like that. And there's good money. Zol has done, or Filecoin and Zol, both of them has gone ballistic, but I'll leave that for Jason to come show us. But ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the charts, allow me to just introduce tonight the crypto wealth coach, Marius Adam. He's busy with day trading, and he talks to us about what's happening in his world on a weekly basis. So Marius, please hello to the team.
Daniel, thank you. I'm not just busy with day trading, but yeah, I took it up as a hobby because I've got some time on my hand. So yeah, Daniel, I'm quite excited. I see that we've got a lot of green candles, and I was actually busy on the Crypto School website this afternoon, and I just want to share screen quickly. And there's a thing that Jason did in October 2020. Get involved now. Jason, maybe you must update that thing again, because in 2020, when you did that, the crypto price was an $11,000, and that was actually just a few months ago, and it's still not too late to get into crypto. Please go and watch that 5-minute video that Jason did. It is awesome stuff. Thank you, Daniel.
Cool. Thank you, Marius. Thank you, Marius. And yes, Jason, you heard the request there. It's time for a 5-minute update on that. Why should we be in crypto now? And that was October a year ago. So it's a year and a half ago now. And still it makes perfect sense. Yeah, Jason, without further ado, come and just show us your magic wand as you ran through the crypto, because it's always so easy when you show that. And I use TradingView. Sorry, Jason, I use TradingView. And as Jason talk, I update trading, always try and update on the next screen. I try and add a little of what Jason is saying, because that gives me a lot of information and input. So thank you, Jason.
Thanks, Daniel. Before I start, Stephen, yeah, it's a well-known fact amongst all traders that when you got rising channels or rising wedges, there's a 68% chance of a break to the downside. And if you've got a descending channel or a descending wedge, there's a 68% chance to break to the upside. So yeah, that is
the spotlight on there. I removed the spotlight. My apology. Your face will come up and not me.
No
My apology,
problem.
Jason.
No problem. So
Jason, sorry, before you proceed, maybe just read that question of Stephen for the Facebook guys. Or can I read it quickly?
Yeah, you can read it.
Okay, so Stephen, he asked Jason, you often reference during crypto talk something like BTC is in a rising channel, which means that there is a 68% chance of a break to the downside. Where do you get your percentages? Is that hard-earned knowledge, or is it there's somewhere I can learn them? Thanks. So yeah, that was the question to your answer.
So Bitcoin this time last week, we were the 21st, we were at 41,000. And you can see today we're at 47,650. If we take a measuring tool and just measure, that is around about 17% in 1 week. How incredible is that? But what is also looking very bullish is that we've been in this pennant since the middle of January. We've been going up and down. And there we've got a break to the upside out of this pennant last night. And quite a significant break to the upside there. And the other point is that what happened here now? This green block here has been resistance previously. We tried to get through here in February, we tried to get through here in the beginning of March. And you can see that previously it was big, strong support also. And we've also gone through that this morning. So this previous resistance now is now a support area. But unfortunately, we've gone straight into more resistance. You can see here, this is a very big resistance area. And you can see in history, we've been acting as support and resistance. So we've gone into another resistance area. That's the first thing. The other thing is that we've got this orange trend line that comes all the way from August last year. That was support in August, support in September, and we broke through here in the 5th of January. We went up and tested it as resistance. We tested it again as resistance on the 10th of February, and you can see we're acting against it right now, this orange trend line. The third point is that if we go to the 200 moving average, which is this white line, the 200 moving average, and this is on the daily, and it measures the price over the last 200 days and works out an average, and that is sitting at 48,300. So there's a whole lot of resistance in this area we are now. And on this morning's call, I said that because we're in this area, there's a good chance that we do come down and retest this green block here. And I thought we would have done it earlier today. And the reason why I thought we would do today is because if we go and look at the CME, which is a Chicago Mercantile Exchange, where a lot of the institutions trade on, and they trade on here from a Monday to a Friday, and they close over the weekend. But as you all know, crypto trades 24/7. And if they close on a Friday at a certain price point and the price goes up or down over the weekend and reopens on the Monday at a different price point, it leaves a gap. And these gaps tend to get filled quite quickly. Now, we've had a big gap here over the weekend where we closed on Friday at 44.825 and we opened this morning at 46.545. So my idea was that we would actually come down and close most of this gap. That would actually bring us down into this green block here to retest. So we would come down here, retest the break out of that wedge, and then move up. This could still happen. It could still well happen in the next day or two. The other thing that I was pointing at this morning was that the total market cap on the total market cap had broken through the 2 trillion level that had been strong resistance previously. You can see we tried to get through here in February this year. We tried to get through again in the middle of February, and we went through this morning. So the idea was that we would come down and retest this 2 trillion level. That can still happen at some stage. But what's really happened this afternoon is that it looks like we're trying to push through the total 2. Now, the total 2 is the total market cap excluding Bitcoin. And this morning we were down the bottom here, a bit lower. And I would thought that this 1.2 was acting as resistance. It is still a bit of resistance. We can still get rejected and pushed down, but it looks like we're trying to push through. And the total 3 is now excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, both of them. And you can see the same thing. This morning we're down much lower than the 800 billion level. And now we're trying to push through the 800 billion. We actually are just above it. The altcoins, because total 2 and total 3 looks like they want to go, and they are pushing up this market cap, which is very bullish for the altcoins. I would like just to move over now and just show you, I always try and refer to the Wall Street cheat sheet, and this is a measurement of the emotion in the market, and it plays out on higher time frames and it plays out on smaller time frames. But the time frame that I'm going to focus now is on the cycle, on our cycles, and we have 2 or 3 cycles per year. Now, those people that were in crypto in November would have seen that we went up to $68,000 on Bitcoin. And at that stage, a whole lot of altcoins were hitting all-time highs, and the sentiment at that stage was very bullish. And the reason being around that, because of a guy called Plan B that had forecasted Bitcoin to go to $100,000 in November and $130,000 in December. So the sentiment was very bullish that we were going to hit those targets. And everybody was piling into crypto at that stage. But what happened at the end of November, towards the end of November, price started dropping. We did have the New Year's rally where we went up again to complacency, and then we dropped off for the last 3 months. And if you spoke to people 3 or 4 weeks ago, we were in this anger stage. People were very, very angry. They didn't sell the crypto when they had a chance in November. And last week and 2 weeks ago, people were very depressed and frustrated with crypto. Bitcoin was going up and then dropping, going up and dropping, and they were getting very frustrated with the market. But we have seen now we started moving up, and I think we in this phase here, we're moving to this blue phase now to the disbelief. Now, when we get to the top here, there will be a pullback in this disbelief phase, and you can see what the sentiment is. This rally will fail like all others. People are still giving up at that stage, but what comes after that? Then we go to hope, optimism, belief, thrill, and euphoria. So this whole cycle repeats itself. And the reason why I'm putting up this chart is because this time we are going to be taking profits once we get to this euphoria stage. We're not going to leave anything on the table like we did in November. Johnny, I don't know if you want to add anything there.
Yeah, Jason, I can truly attest to that. This November, I left the profit on the table. I did not get out of the market, and I thought that it's going to be a small dip, and I did not see it happening as it happened. So I'm 100%, I'm looking at coins. I had to get out of certain coins that you gave me a rap over the knuckles because of the number of coins that I was invested into. But that was part of that optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria. And whenever someone called a coin, I just got into those coins end of last year because I thought October last year, because I thought we are on our way. We're going to the moon, and it did not happen. And I sit here and I'm 100% congruent with you and say that I did not get out of the market with significant amounts of money in November. So I've ridden the market down. I got out at some point in some coins and bought back, but I'm starting rebuilding and getting back. And I can 100% say that I'm past depression now. I am close on hope. And I can see in the last 24 hours, I can see that we're getting past depression, that disbelief area just before hope. I think that's where I am. I know that the market is going to do this. I know it's going to happen, but I thought it's going to happen last year in November. And here we sit in end of March. So yeah, thank you, Jason.
So Donnie, if you can just think about how you felt in November last year and just reflect on what the media was saying at that stage. What was coming out in the news?
Oh, Jason, in between October and November last year, we were going to 100,000, 120,000 Bitcoin for Christmas. And everything, if you go look and watch the videos of that time, you'll see that everyone promised us the sun and the moon, and nothing's going to go wrong. We have going to have small retracements. We started with that little retracement. It was absolutely complacency because we never thought that we're going to go down to the anxiety, denial, and panic stages at that stage. Fortunately, I did not capitulate. But last year in October, November, it was so good. It was very nice to have a good rally, to see prices soar again, to see that we're in the money, to see that we can sell some coins and immediately buy back in other coins that was lagging in the system. But I never got out of the coins. I stayed in, and that's the issue.
Yeah, so I think the lesson learned around what comes out of the media is that you have to take it with a pinch of salt. A lot of these media businesses are owned by institutions, and they tell the media what news to put out there to drive the sentiment in the market. So we have to be very careful going forward, because institutions are becoming more and more prominent in our market. and they obviously going to drive the market to benefit themselves. So that's a lesson really learned there. If we move over back to where I was and just go through and have a look at a website called Alternative Me, and this measures the fear and greed in the market and is based on Bitcoin and on the major altcoins. And last week, this time, we were in around about 30, which represented fear. But because of the 17% move in the last week in Bitcoin, that dial has now moved to 60, which is going to greed. So we do expect a slight pullback in the next couple of days. And I'm using the word slight, it might happen. If it does happen, it won't be there. And that dial could come back down again to between 40 and 50. But once this dial gets to the green area here, where we start getting to extreme greed, and we start hearing the media that Bitcoin is going to 130,000 and all that, we have to be very wary. And if we just go back into history, whenever we come up to these areas of extreme greed at 90 and 100, what happens? We see where the institutions are offloading, where the whales are offloading over a period of time, and then they drop the market. You can see there what happened here in November last year, where over a period of time we're in this area, and at that stage the institutions are offloading. They can't just offload in one shot. We are a small market of only 2 trillion. Apple shares, for example, are over 3 trillion in market cap. So our market cap is very, very small for these institutions to trade in. So as I say, once we get up here, we have to be very, very wary in what's going to happen. We would rather play with institutions as opposed to try and trade against them. If we move over to crypto bubbles for the week, and as Donnie said earlier, ZIL on Saturday, I think, Saturday and Sunday at a move of 150%. VET went up 50%, and Digibyte also went up. I don't see Digibyte here, but Digibyte also had a massive move of about 85%. But nonetheless, if we're going to have a look at some of these coins, Cardano 30%, or Shiba 25, Hex 34. There's a lot of coins between 30 and 50% here. And I don't see one red coin yet for this last week. So you can really see that the altcoins are starting to now perform very well. And we can see these massive moves that are happening right now. And that's really what we want to discuss tonight, is around the altcoins. And the reason why we're saying that now's the time to be looking to get your altcoins, or getting your positions in the altcoins ready for those moves. So I'm going to just go through to the flow of money in crypto. So money flows out of stable coins and from fiat, first of all, into Bitcoin. It then flows from Bitcoin into the large caps like Ethereum, Altcoin, Neo, Bitcoin Cash, Cardano, those coins. And then it goes to mid caps, and then it goes to low caps. So the mid caps, I would say, from the top, sort of from 15 onwards to about 50 or so, or even more than that. And then the low caps are the small gems that move very quickly. So this is how the flow of money works. Now, what's just happened in the last week is that money has now started flowing out of Bitcoin and into the larger caps. And as I've said to you, if we look at the total 2 on the daily, which now total 2 is the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, it says over here. We've been in a downtrend since November, the 10th of November, where we went from an all-time high of 1.7 trillion all the way down to a low on the 24th of February of 860 billion. But what's happened on the 18th of March, we actually broke out of here to the upside, and that's a very bullish sign. And we've carried on moving up. We've gone from this 1 trillion level, and we're sitting there at 1.2 trillion. So alt season has really started in full swing here. The second clue here is the total 3, which is excluding Ethereum and Bitcoin. And on the same day, we had a breakout on total 3, where we've gone from 680 billion and now sitting at 804 billion. What is also very bullish, if we go and look at the stablecoin chart, USD, we've been in an uptrend since 15th of November. It's honored the support orange line. It broke to the downside on the 22nd of March. And you can see it that is trending down. So this is very bullish as money is flowing out of stable now into crypto. Another clue is the Bitcoin dominance. We're in a rising channel, and this is what Stephen was referring to. With a rising channel, there's a 68% chance to break to the downside. It happened on the same day, 18th, 19th of March, and we've gone up. We're hitting resistance here at 43%, but if we go into smaller time frames, you can see we're trying to push down. It hasn't broken back up again, so money is trying to flow. Every time Bitcoin moves, like we moved last night here, you can see how that Bitcoin moved last night. We've hit resistance, and now the money is flowing out into alts again. It's trying to push down. At one stage, it's going to break through here and carry on all the way down. If we're going back and look in history here on the weekly you must remember there's more and more altcoins coming into the market. So this will go down lower and lower as time goes on. But you can see in January this year, we were down at 40%. If we go into further back here, you can see in 2018, we were right down to 36%. So there's a chance at some stage it could even come down and test this 36% again. Okay, so what has changed with regards to the flow of money into the majors? And this took place, as I said, on the 17th, 18th of March. So what happened here is that we're looking now at the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. So we're comparing Ethereum to Bitcoin. And what we're looking at is whether Bitcoin is stronger than Ethereum in the market, quicker than Ethereum in the market, or is Ethereum going up quicker than Bitcoin in the market? And if we look back here all the way to December last year, we were at 0.089. So Ethereum at that stage, if you took the price then on the 8th or the 9th of December and compared it to Bitcoin, it was at 0.09% of Bitcoin's price. But as the market started dropping, the alts tend to drop quicker than Bitcoin when it drops. And you can see we've been in a downtrend. We did find support at 0.065%. And on the 17th of March, we broke out of this resistance, this orange resistance line. And what's happened is that we've gone up into a bullish pennant. Now, this bullish, the reason why it's a bullish pennant is because it's entered from the bottom. And we've been in this bullish pennant now for a week. And you can see we're now breaking to the upside. So Ethereum right now is outperforming Bitcoin once again, and we're trying to break out of this bullish pennant to the upside. If we look at Ethereum dominance in the chart, like I showed you the Bitcoin dominance chart, if we go and look at Ethereum dominance, you can see a similar picture where Ethereum was becoming less dominant, and we broke out here on the same day, the 16th, 17th of March. Bullish pennant once again, and breaking out of this bullish pennant. So what this is telling us is that the altcoins are now outperforming Bitcoin. Money is flowing into the altcoins, and the time is now for us to be positioning ourselves in these altcoins, because if we start looking at some of these charts on these altcoins have been completely wrecked over the last 3 or 4 months. And there's potentially, and I'm using the word potentially, good upside in these altcoins. Remember, we don't sit with a crystal ball, and previous performance doesn't guarantee future performance in some of these coins. But we're going to go through some of these coins and just showed you what they did do in previous altcoins, altcoin seasons. Johnny, I don't know if you want to add anything there.
Thank you, Jason. Yes, no, I 100% with you, and it is time. As you showed, the indicators are that the major alts are starting to move quicker than Bitcoin, and that's why we've seen 38% on Ethereum in the last week or so. And yes, it is starting to outgrow Bitcoin. Bitcoin is growing. Bitcoin is not growing, but the alts are doing better than Bitcoin, and that's the key. That's what we were waiting for. So thank you, Jason.
Yeah, so Donnie, as Bitcoin moves, this dominance does go up. But what happens? It starts getting pushed down straight away. Look at these cases here where Bitcoin's moved up. It tends to move up $1,000 or $2,000 at a time. And that's these green candles. But what happens? Once it gets to a sort of a resistance point, money starts flowing back into the altcoins, and the altcoins start outperforming Bitcoin again. So what we thought we would start off with is just have a look, first of all, at the coins in Altcoin Trader. And some people are trading in Altcoin Trader. I've got my mother's portfolio, for instance, in Altcoin Trader, and I am trading some of these coins. And some of these coins are not bad at all. So we thought we would just start with some of these coins, and let's just start to set the tone with Ethereum. And I'm going to go to the daily chart here and just go back with Ethereum. At the moment is $3,400. In November, it went up to $4,800. So you can see there that we've retraced right down to $2,300. And as Donnie just said, now we have recovered in the last 2 weeks or so, 36%. But still, to reach that all-time high from here, that's another 42% just to get to the all-time high on Ethereum. If we go and just go back into history here and just have a look at what, and I'm going to be focusing on this time period that we are in now. Now, what happened last year was that we had and I'm going to go look at Bitcoin here. We had a big move up in crypto in January, February, and we went pretty much sideways, and we had a big drop in May, a massive drop in May. I'm not saying that we're going to have another massive drop this May, but I just want to show you where Bitcoin was at that stage. So it was around about between sort of 50,000 and 65,000. If we go and look at Ethereum, what Ethereum did last year this time, it went from around about the 1st of April from $2,000, doubled in price, went up to $4,300. And that was from, as I say, from the beginning of April to the middle of May. So it doubled in the space of 6 weeks. That was Ethereum. The next chart I want to show you is Bitcoin Cash. Johnny, just stop me if you want to add anything there. So Bitcoin Cash, we went from $500 at the end of March, went right up to $1,600 in the middle of May. So in the space of 6 or 7 weeks, price more than tripled in Bitcoin Cash. And that was over the similar period that we are now. Price at the moment, we're sitting at $380. So it's actually less than where it was this time last year. And Bitcoin Cash, once it starts breaking through this $500 level, it has a tendency to move very quickly and go up very nicely in these sort of altcoin seasons. Look at Cardano. So Cardano at the end of March was sitting at $1.20, same price where it is today. And it went up to $2.50 by the middle of May. So it more than doubled in the space of 6 weeks. That's good. BNB had a fantastic run. I think it was, yeah. Okay, I can remember buying BNB at $30. So the end of March, BNB was 250, and you can see there what happened in the middle of May. It went right up to almost $700. It almost tripled in the space of 6 weeks. Monero, not such a big coin. Zcash has been performing very well in the last couple of weeks. So we can see what happened to Zcash. The end of March was $125, and it went right up to over $360. So more than triple. And you can see what's happened to Zcash now in the last couple of weeks. From 3 weeks ago, we were at $135. We're now at $200 on Zcash. And you can see we need to break out of this resistance point. In the March, we're at 227, and we more than doubled, went to 474 cash, sorry. Litecoin is, and I want to show you this chart on the weekly.
You know, like
BTC, and since beginning of 2018, Litecoin has been underperforming against Bitcoin, and it's been in a down trend, it's wedge. And you can see what's happening now is that we're trying to break out. I wouldn't say it's a better buy now against Bitcoin. You can see we haven't started moving up yet. But I would say once we start breaking above this 0.003 level, 3.4 level, that could potentially be saying to us that we're starting to move up now in Litecoin. But Litecoin, you can see what's happened to Litecoin last year. This time it was at about $180, went right up to $411. And right now it's at $131. And once again, we still have to break out of this resistance, orange resistance line. Sol, you can see what's happened to Sol. In October last year, it was right up at $250. Actually, November, 1st of November. And we've been in a downtrend ever since. There was a lot of negative news at that stage around Sol. And it came and found strong support here at $80, and we're trading now at 112. So there's opportunity for Sol to move up, maybe even test his all-time highs again. Then we move on to Neo. Neo is a bit of a skip. No, I'm not too sure about Neo. We heard that the Chinese market is controlling Neo. Neo has broken out. Not too sure what Neo is going to do going forward, but it's been very suppressed for a long time. If you compare it to 2017, where it was at over $350. Okay, then we go to DOT. Look at DOT. In November, DOT was at 55. There was a lot of news around the Polkadot ecosystem at that time that was pushing the DOT price up, and it's dropped for the rest of the market. DOT is at $22 now.
Jason, you are through and through showing us that everything is at a red hanger sale like crazy at the moment. And if we can just find the right entries into these coins, we can make a lot of money. Absolutely.
There's no reason why DOT can't go back up and retest these levels again. Link has been a bit of a underperformer. In November, we're up at $38. Prior to that, we have been going sideways. We were at an all-time high in May last year of 52. After May last year, it did go sideways. It wasn't really performing. Link went right down to $12, found support there, and you can see we're starting to break out. Right now, we're starting to break out as resistance line here at $17. Go and have a look at Matic. The end of December was at $2.92. There was a whole lot of news around Matic then. And you can see we broke through on the 17th of March. And we're at now 174. There's no reason why Matic can't go back up again. So if we just have a look at some of these alts, there's so much opportunity and they tend to move very quickly over a short space of time, Johnny. And that is what we want to try and show people, that if you're not positioned in some of these altcoins, now's the time to do it. We cannot wait any longer because we can really see that these altcoins are starting to move.
Yes, thank you, Jason. And the key is we've showed you coins that are all available on Altcoin Trader tonight. We did not go into Binance, not anything. It's available on Altcoin Trader. So any person can do this. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3, open an Altcoin Trader account, EFT some money into Altcoin Trader. And I just have to say in a proviso again, and I want to say this as an alert. So everybody switch your sound to the highest possible. Take a pen and make a note. Marius, I want to see that you make a note. Guys, girls, listen carefully. Altcoin Trader, you have to do KYC. You have to do know your customer information like any other exchange. So on Altcoin Trader, you have to do your customer detail. And then you cannot allow other people to deposit money into your Altcoin Trader account. If you want to EFT money to Altcoin Trader, it must go to your Altcoin Trader account. You're not allowed to allow other people to deposit by EFT into your Altcoin Trader account. Okay, it's not allowed. The banks will stop the transaction. Today I had an example of somebody that transferred significant money from one person to another, from one person's bank account into another person's Altcoin Trader account. And the KYC say it's not your account. You're not the holder of that account. And the banks contact Altcoin Trader to see whose account it is. And you know what? The banks are skeptical about crypto. So if they see a crypto transaction out of an account, a significant money, they contact the client and say, are you sure of this transaction? The person is not so sure of that transaction because they're afraid that they've been scammed. And then they say, but no, this is not a sure transaction, reverse it. And the money is in Altcoin Trader. The bank now have to reverse a transaction, but they cannot do it without a case number at the SAP. So now the bank will have Altcoin Trader stop your Altcoin Trader account because you're not complying to know your customer information. You cannot transfer from a bank account that's not in the name of the person whose Altcoin Trader account it is. Because if the banks become aware of that, they will stop that transaction. And then Altcoin Trader must go through the whole process with you proving that it's not a fraudulent transaction. And that's a serious problem and you lose a lot of time. So please don't go into that. Open up an account. My mother-in-law's got her own Altcoin Trader account. My daughter's got her own Altcoin Trader account. My wife's got her own Altcoin Trader account. My sister's got her own Altcoin Trader account. I don't allow any other person to send money to my Altcoin Trader account. And if you withdraw money out of your Altcoin Trader account, it can only go to the bank account in your own personal name. That's part of the rules that Altcoin Trader said we will play with, we will play and honor to be not in breach of the regulators in South Africa. And so we need to just be aware of that and make sure that we not do that. And on that note, I would like to add another something that I said at the beginning of the program. Every week on every program that we do, every week on every post that I share from Altcoin Trader, we always get a hacker asking you to send them some crypto. They imitate the crypto school. They talk to you as if they are the crypto school. They have taken our photos off Facebook. They created Facebook, not pages. They create some funny stuff. One is a musician last week that talked to you, was a musician. And they talk to you as if they're the crypto school. You have to send them your crypto first, and then they will send you a load of crypto. Obviously, it's a scam. So please don't send your crypto. We're not aware of any person that have sent them any crypto yet, but they, after 2 years of doing it, they're still not tired of doing it. And every week they try it. So every week we go in, once we see that, we go and block those accounts. But Facebook doesn't really care. So you have to protect yourself. Never send your crypto to someone else to receive more crypto. We will not tell you to send us crypto. Never, ever. The crypto school will never ask you to send your crypto to us, any one of us. We will not send you a personal message and tell you to send your crypto somewhere. You keep on to your crypto, hold on to your crypto. Jason, on that note, I'm going to ask Marius just for one-liner or what he wants to share with us with regards to what he learned in the last week. And then we will be back with you to conclude on Altcoin Trader, what we're busy showing the people.
Daniel, yes, what I learned in the last week is at Mabula and at Mambalingwe, there's some nice game. I've been on holiday, came back over the weekend, but yeah, today I just spent on training again, and I actually missed a lot of coins that just ran, but luckily I've been in those coins, but I didn't trade them. I've got a few dollars on the sideline that I'm busy trading. We are just busy, a small community of ladies and gents that's busy with our what we call $100 or $1,000 to $100,000, and what we just do, and you can see I just did 4 trades over the last few days since we started it, and what we just do is that we make 5% per trade. You can only either do it on a daily basis or you can do it per trade. After 120, less than 120 trades, you can trade $1,000 to $100,000. So that is what we are busy with. And what I also downloaded today, I'm busy with that ultimate trading course, and they brought out a quite nifty tool called the detonator. So I just want to show you quickly. And from tomorrow, I'm definitely going to use this thing, and it makes your trading actually so simple. It shows you exactly when to buy and when to sell. So I just need to figure out how do I put my alerts and where do I put my alerts in this. But what is today? The 20th. So you can see just by using this tool, if you bought this coin yesterday on a buy alert and you sold it there, it's a quick 7% in 7 hours if you do day trading, but you can also do it on a smaller time frame. So yes, Daniel, that is what I'm busy with, and that is why they call me the crypto wealth coach. I'm just coaching the people into crypto and assisting them to do their own thing. And that is what we learned over the years, is to never give your money away to somebody else. Take control of your own finances. And the number one thing that you have to do is you have to train yourself. That is your first investment that you need to make in crypto. Yes, Jason, Daniel, it was a great evening.
Cool. Thank you, Marius. Yes, and I have to agree with Stephen Bardwell saying in the chat box, come on, you are rubbing it in again, telling us that you've been in the bushveld for the last 2 weeks, a professional on professional holidaying. And yes, crypto can do that for all of us. Jason, back to you. You still have 1 or 2 things to add there tonight?
Yeah, the only thing I want to add is around Altcoin Trader. As I say, it's a perfect platform to start off with. Just remember, with Altcoin Trader, there's not massive liquidity there in some of those coins. You can't go into some of those smaller coins and wanting to buy R1 million with, because the liquidity is there. You cannot buy at that price point R1 million with, for example, on what coin can I choose here? Like SOL, for example. You won't be able to buy R1 million worth at a specific price point.
Kayla, Ray and Stephen has already bought their $1 million each of those coins. So we are safe now.
So there's not a lot of liquidity on most of the coins, but for example, on Bitcoin and Ethereum and Cardano, there's quite a lot of liquidity there. And the second point is that there's no stop loss option at the moment, but Richard D'Souza said they will be bringing it through, at a later stage. But there's nothing wrong, as I say, trading on. Let us just move on to what I want to finish off with, and I'm going to back to the Wall Street cheat sheet, and I just want to focus there. We're moving up towards this disbelief. Remember that en route back up to euphoria, there's 100% moves and there's 30% retracements. 100% move, 30% retracements. It's not a straight line from where we are now up to euphoria. So there will be retracements back down again. And one of those retracement areas that I think is going to play out in the next week or 2 to 3 weeks is this area at 55,000. And if we just have a look, well, I've chosen 55,000, and we take a tool here called the Fibonacci tool. And what it does, it measures human emotion, and we measure a retrace of the, back up. And the key area where we normally retrace to the 618, and you can see that's at 55,000. So I've marked it here in red. You can also see that 55,000 has been previous support here in October and November last year, and it broke that support. So this is going to be a resistance area now. And even if we go back to May and March last year, you can see it was support area. So 55 is now going to be resistance. Plus, we've got these candles where we broke to the downside here in the beginning of December, and there's liquidity to be filled there. So I think, and I'm using the words I don't think we're going to break through here in one go. And I think we're going to have a move up here, and we're going to get that 30% retracement there, where we go from 55 maybe down to a 45, and then hopefully move up from there. So just keep in mind, once we get to that area, that you need to be taking profits on the way up. You want to be taking profits against who you're trading against. You remember that we're trading against each other. You want to outsmart the next person. You want to be taking profits before the next person takes profits.
Cool. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. I see that Huawei P30 Pro has got their hand up. I allowed you to unmute. If you want to unmute, you can unmute. Just say your name and unmute if you want to say something. Okay, I want to finish tonight with Jason. I want to finish with just showing people Altcoin Trader. And if you go to Altcoin Trader and you just click there on Easy Save, that button there that says Easy Save, if you click on Easy Save, you will find these returns. And you can see that there are significant returns on some of those coins. And there's no fee and no term in doing these easy saves. You can put the money in this morning, and this evening you can take it out and take your interest out, and for whatever you received for the time that you were in there. So there's no contract period like on some other exchanges. If you want to go into easy save, it is for a specific period of time. On Altcoin Trader, you can put it in. But once you claimed your interest, and you cannot then claim again, you cannot exit that savings account for 3 hours. So once you claim your interest, you're fixed in there for 3 hours. And I had someone complaining to me about that because they claimed their interest, and an hour later they wanted to withdraw that capital, and it said, no, you have to wait 3 hours. If you claim your interest, you will see the system give you a box that tells you you cannot claim interest again within 3 hours. And to exit the savings plan, you have to claim your interest, obviously, because you have to claim your interest before you can leave. So there's a good opportunity. If you have coins that you hodl and it's any one of those coins, make sure that you put them in easy save. It just earns you some income between 10.3% and 3.2% on Bitcoin, which is the lowest, 4.4% on Ethereum, and 10.4% on Tron. Cardano 5%, Matic 8.8%, and most of you have got some Matic and Cardano in your portfolio, and that's a place where you can get a good interest on that. And if you claim an exit, yes, Lee, if you just want to claim an exit, that's the way to get out of the savings, claim an exit, then you're out. I 100% agree. But if you have claimed, you have to wait 3 hours before you can click claim and exit again, or after you have claimed. So just make sure that you don't get that wrong. And 3 hours for some people sound like a lot. For me, 3 hours is less than what I think about in my day. But yeah, so cool. But thank you, Jason, for an amazing evening, for your input and your insight, and helping us, assisting us. And every person on this call can be in crypto. Every person on this call, every one of you that's got a family member some of the crypto is rallying. The moment crypto is rallying, when I phoned Jason today, he said, I don't have time to go to the loo because everybody wants to talk to me about crypto because there's a rally in the market. So just be aware of the fact that everyone around you is busy with the hearing about this rally in crypto, and all of a sudden, every one of them wants to FOMO in. Make sure you understand Altcoin Trader. It's safe. Make sure you help everyone to get into Altcoin Trader, get money in there, show them how to purchase the coins they want, show them how to put it into Easy Save. Later, you can even show them how to do Easy Loan, but that's not the talk tonight. And just help them in there. Altcoin Trader will do a major upgrade on the services they provide us. They're working hard in the background. And as I said earlier or previously on the talk, Richard said it will be soon. And we learned that the definition for soon is somewhere around 1 year. It will be soon, and it's now been soon for a month or two, but it's around 1 year. So we know it will happen soon. We will try and coerce Richard onto our crypto talk soon again. But that's it for tonight. Jason, Marius, thank you. Marius, last words from you for the evening.
Jason, thank you. Thank you for always being on the call and help and assist us with great information. Daniel, thank you for always being here. If you're not in the Kruger, and green candles to you all.
Cool, thank you, Marius. Yes, allow me to just say hello to Siobhan. I see that she appeared in the chat box. Siobhan, good evening. It's her first time on the call tonight with us on Crypto Talk, so thank you for making that. Jason, last words from you.
Yeah, I think we've got a couple of good weeks ahead of us. We can make some decent money. We need to take advantage of that. Just remember what they say, what the traders say in May: sell and go away in May. That's the saying. May is normally quite a volatile month, and a lot of traders actually close positions in May. But before that, I think we've got some good moves to be having in crypto in the next couple of weeks. Thanks, Daniel.
Cool. Yes, Jason. And we have to remember that if you go look at the markets, the volatility in May is always after the 12th, after the 15th. Between the 12th and the 15th of May, that's where the volatility comes in. So we can still make some money in the beginning of May. Yeah, thank you for an amazing program tonight, Jason, Marius. I see Siobhan is correcting me and said, but Alan is with her. So thank you, Siobhan and Alan, for being on the call tonight. We appreciate that. But ladies and gentlemen, it was a great evening once again. And I'll post on YouTube first thing tomorrow morning. Have a good one. It was a privilege serving you. Bye-bye.